We are getting ready to go to Phoenix for the Starcruiser Tour. It is very exciting. I'm very excited. Anyway, I decided I would take you guys along with me in my pocket, and I'll do a little concert vlog.
Hey, I'm Annie, and this is Why You Should Love Music.
Okay, we are en route. What are my expectations? I know nothing about either of the opening bands, so that's going to be a fun little surprise. Like, I know the name of the band, but that's it. Well, they're obviously going to have to play our song. And if they don't play We Make the Music, I will be utterly heartbroken and personally offended. So those are my expectations for, we'll see what happens. This bathroom definitely wins for the coolest ceiling of any bathroom I've ever been in. I'm just saying. Woo! Okay, I just got back from the concert. That was amazing. That was amazing. Where do I start with this? The musicians that I got the honor of beholding tonight were amazing and delightful. Alright, we'll just start with the Ricky Fitz. That was the first opening band. I didn't have any expectations, but they came on and like instantly, I think it took about 2 seconds for them to like win me over. It was amazing. Their guitarist is incredible, but also like, so their guitarist is just like a joy to behold on his instrument, but he is just so completely absorbed in the music that he doesn't even care. It's not like he's putting on some sort of show. He's just living within the music, and then he lets you witness it, and he doesn't care, and it's amazing. And the vocalist for the Ricky Fitz, listen to my voice go all crazy. The vocalist was so good. I think he had by far the most technically ambitious like things that he was trying to do. And he was so strong. His range was incredible. And like, you've got a cold room, probably most people in there have not heard of the band. And he was just like commitment 100%. It was amazing. And all of them just seemed like so cool. I don't know how to explain it. Just like their vibe was just like instantly comfortable and cool. And you were like, yeah, I want to be into it. And then their music was like, it had substance. It was technically amazing and incredible and just so much fun. So I'm going to be looking them up. I didn't know about them. The next opening band was The Catching, and they were also amazing but completely different. So they had 2 guitars and a bass and a drum. The 2 guitars, so there was, I'm so sorry, I don't know anyone's names. There was a right-handed guitar who was like this giant labradoodle. And then there was a left-handed guitar that was like the Grim Reaper, but if the Grim Reaper was like a really nice guy that you want to hang out with, who plays guitar really well. So they were like on the opposite. And then one thing that's really cool, this is kind of not very common, but the lead singer plays bass as well. He is an incredible showman, and also you can tell all of those guys in that band just love music so much. Like, in every second they were just enjoying music. All of them have different personalities and they like perform differently, but they all were just so full of like energy and like love for music. I don't even know how else to say it. And their harmonies, they had some really tight harmonies that just kind of like made me like, they were incredible. They were really, 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 really good. They had a lot of interesting intricacies because they had the 2 guitars. They played a lot with that, which as a guitarist, I was like there for it. I was just kind of like, oh wait, no, I'm supposed to be taking pictures and stuff. But it was so fun. They have new music coming out soon. They played some of it there, and highly recommend you should check out The Catching. Keep your eye on those dudes. They're really young, and so with the level of talent that they have right now, like, they're going places. So get your eyes and ears on them. Watch out for that. That's happening. The Catching did a cover of Come Together. Now, when I first played the first like 3 notes, I kind of like looked around like, are they doing this? I feel like the Beatles is such a brave and frightening move that when they first started it, I was like, oh, what's gonna happen? Because I really like them. And then they killed it. I love the Beatles, and that's like a very like, it's almost like a sacred ground to walk upon, but I have never in my life heard Come Together rock so hard. And they like completely made it their own, but like very much stayed true to the heart of it. How it was amazing. I was just speechless. And then Vinyl Theater came out, and I was just like, I've already had 2 great concerts. Like, I feel like the opening bands could have been headlining bands easily, and I would have been happy about it. But then Vinyl Theater came out, and it was just incredible. It was a really, really tiny venue. It was at the Rebel Lounge, and I feel like they had like 10 times the amount of awesome that could be contained in the building, and then they just like blasted it at us. It was amazing. So they started out with We Make the Music, which I think was an incredible choice. It's not what I expected, but I was just like instantly like gut punch underscore yes. I will say though, the very first line of vocals made me go like, Keegan was good, everyone is good, but just the production was like a little bit more over-processed than I was maybe used to or expecting, especially coming off of the previous 2, and especially the Ricky Fitz vocalist was just, I think the vocals were maybe a little more over-processed than I was expecting, and so that kind of took me a second. But actually later on in the set, I had to step away because I have a seizure disorder and there were loud lights. So I stepped away for a minute to kind of, and actually when I took a couple steps back and further away from the speaker in a more balanced room, it sounded amazing, and there was not the overproduction thing. So I think it could possibly have just been because I was like in the photo pit. That was the thing. Let's talk about the set list. It was amazing. Okay, I was already a fan of Starcruiser, but I definitely liked Origami a lot more. But this one like boosted Starcruiser for me. I already really liked Starcruiser, but now I like super love it. It was amazing. I had no idea that some of those songs could go so hard. Like, why? I don't know why I was so surprised, but like, however hard you think that they rock, it was like blown the roof off of it. Like Me, Myself, and I was like, okay. And they had, of course, the guitar. It was really interesting when they did when Keegan switched over to the acoustic guitar and started to do it, and I was like, what? And then he just goes in, and I was like, oh, that's not what I expected from an acoustic guitar. I'm here for it. Also, Chris was in a really weird and wonderful mood, and he was just like taking us to Crazy Town, and I was like, okay, I'll be a passenger on that train. He would just like start moving the microphone with his head or just do weird faces, which was amazing. Also, Nick was doing some shenanigans too. He had the cool flips, but then also he would just be like playing, and then he would just like keep playing with one hand and then take a drink of soda. Just keep playing. Like, that's a thing I can do. It was amazing. So their set list was mostly Starcruiser, which I loved. Actually, I thought I would be disappointed if there wasn't more of their older stuff because I'm so in love with their older stuff, but I was just like absolutely there for it. They played a good deal. They played probably 2/3 of the new album. I don't know. They played quite a bit of the new album, and then they also played some of my favorite songs from Origami. They played The Island, which was an amazing moment for everybody. Woo! It was good. They played New Machines, which is like, I'm obsessed with that song. You know this if you follow me for a long time. They played My Fault, which is incredible. Wow, I should just stop giving them adjectives because I feel like I'm just being repetitive, but I really love all their songs. Oh, they did a cover song. They did Sail by AWOL Nation, which was amazing. Weirdly amazing. Like, abnormally amazing. And then they did, their closing track was Breaking Up My Bones, and just everyone lost. Like, you just kept thinking that there was no way for them to amp up, like, the energy, and then it just kept happening, and you were like, how is this building not just imploding? It was amazing. If you get the opportunity, I would definitely recommend going to a show of any of these bands, honestly, but specifically the Starcruiser Tour is fantastic. I had so much fun. I screamed my face off. I have no more face. That's probably a problem, right? Anyway, I gotta go get some sleep, and tomorrow I will be looking up the Ricky Fitz and the Catching because I am converted. And also, I feel like I'm just gonna relive some of the Vinyl Theater stuff all over again. That was wonderful. And it gave it new life to me. Like, oh yeah, there were new guitar riffs, and like some of the radio voiceover intros put a really like deep and meaningful spin on some of the tracks that was like amazing. What an experience. Concerts are amazing. So are these dudes. The guitarists were so skilled. I want to go play guitar.